Live and Local is proudly sponsored by Dr. Fitzgerald and Associates. Protect your precious peepers. Community First Credit Union. Eels and Tronvold Law Offices. Worth It by UFG Insurance. And Walton Collision Center in Fairfax. This is a presentation of KCRG TV9 Live Events. It's that time of year when high school graduates make the transition to the next step in their lives. Join KCRG TV9 in wishing them well and honoring them for their accomplishment. Only on KCRG 9.2.
The Cedar Rapids Community School District is proud to congratulate the class of 2018 and to recognize the academic achievements of all of our graduates. Each commencement ceremony celebrates the educational journey of growth and discovery and opens the door to new and exciting adventures in lifelong learning. To the graduates of Jefferson, Kennedy, Metro, and Washington High Schools, we say, congratulations! Woo!
Good evening. I am Dan DeVore, principal of Metro High School. Thank you for joining us tonight to celebrate Metro High School's spring graduates of 2018. I would like to begin by welcoming a couple of influential groups. First and most importantly, parents and guardians. If you are a parent or guardian of one of the graduates, please stand. Your work and support of these students has helped them get this far. In the coming years, they will continue to need your guidance, your ear, and your love. Next, I would like to introduce our school board representatives and district administrators in attendance. Board Presidents John Laverty. Director Gary Anholm. Director Jennifer Borcherding. Director Rafael Jacobo. Superintendent Dr. Brad Buck. And Associate Superintendent Noreen Bush. Thank you for coming tonight to help us recognize these resilient students. Metro staff, thank you. As a staff, you treat your work as a 24-hour commitment. You advise the students like they are your own children. You have simultaneously pushed and listened, read their cues, and found entry points to forge bonds. Tonight is a celebration of the graduates and what they have accomplished. It is also a tribute to your belief that all students can and will achieve with the right amount of support and encouragement. I am thankful to learn alongside a group of devoted staff who serves as models of perseverance. Lastly, tonight, we get to recognize a living legend, Vicki Seaton. Please come to the stage. This will be Vicki's final graduation to plan. Vicki has been at Metro for 35 years. She told me tonight she's planned over 100 graduations, and it is evident how much Vicki loves Metro. She cares about the people tied to Metro. Any person who comes through the office doors is treated the same. It could be a district employee, a community member, new student, or one from 34 years ago. Vicki is always willing to take time to make them feel welcome and cared about. She never forgets a set of eyes, as she says, and thrives on making connections. The title on her desk says principal secretary, but matriarch is more accurate. Thank you, Vicki, for your service to Metro and your steadfast commitment to help kids in our community. You are inspiring, and enjoy your retirement.
Thank you.
Now the main reason we're here. Metro class of 2018, you're about to receive your diplomas. On stage, you'll be standing with people who have shown they believe in you even when you did not. Staff that would not let you give up and always expect more. Appreciate what you have accomplished so far. This diploma is not given to you, but it has been earned. Celebrate also with your classmates. Hear their stories and moments of the past. You may not realize it, but you are among greatness. In my short time at Metro, I have heard an abundance of accounts about our alumni. People who have gone on to become pharmacists, software engineers, business owners, teachers, politicians, entrepreneurs, and other roles. In these stories, there is always a common thread. Graduates from Metro are industrious. They find a way. As a staff, we are fortunate to recently have a graduate from the class of 2000 meet with us. In a brief speech, he explained that his education at Metro meant to him. He, like the other alumni I have spoken with, has learned the value of quality relationships and that anything is possible. Through his own experiences with hardship, he is confident that there is always a way to overcome. While exploring China, working for a startup software company, and building his own parkour gym, he knows that with the right mentors and mindset, his imagination is the only restriction. So because tonight you have graduated from Metro High School, anything is possible. Some of you have a clear plan outlined, while others are still exploring opportunities. In this moment, what matters most is that you believe you are prepared, that you have the necessary work ethic and the resilience to see your plans through. You earned this first step, and there will be many more to achieve, and we will continue to have your backs as you progress. Graduates, it's time to live your imagination. With that, I would like to announce the first graduate, Taryn Boards.
Hello there. Whoa, that's loud. I'm Teresa Keeley. I'm joined on stage with Kristen Schmaltz, but most importantly, our graduate, Taryn Boards. Taryn has spent this past semester on overdrive, working hard to earn credit to graduate. This meant completing 5 online courses, as well as a full load on her daily schedule. This demonstrates perseverance, determination, 2 qualities that will take you far, Taryn. Throughout this semester, we have seen you become more comfortable with us and yourself. When Kristen and I talked about this speech, we decided there were a few things that could help you on your journey as you head to Kirkwood in the fall. These are items that can remain in your vehicle. I'll give them to you after. First, a clock, because the time on your phone does not always seem to be accurate, or perhaps you're not reading it correctly. This will help you be punctual. Second, a pair of earbuds, in case you happen to forget yours, so that you can plug into your education, or at a minimum, block out any distractions related to noise. And finally, a poncho, not an umbrella. Although you can use an umbrella to come in from out of the rain, it may limit your view. A poncho allows you to stay in the rain, let the water roll off you, and still provide you with the opportunity to have a clear view 360 degrees. Taryn, we wish you the best. Life is filled with life. Embrace, contribute, and celebrate each moment. We're proud of you. Congratulations.
And next up to the stage will be Bradley Schmidt. Hello everyone, I'm Kristen Schmaltz. When I started my teaching career, I subbed for 2 years. And my first year subbing was when I had the opportunity to meet Bradley. One of the first memories as a sub was working with him way back in 6th grade, so I've known him since middle school. Bradley, some of my best memories come from the time I spent working with you and your peers during middle school. Don't worry, I won't share those memories with everyone here today. It's so amazing to see how far you've come in the past 6 years since I've known you. It is an honor to stand up with you here today on your graduation day. I'm going to end with a quote by Joel Osteen, which I found to connect perfectly to your academic success and your future. See, when you drive home today, you've got a big windshield in the front of your car, and you've got a little bitty rear view mirror. And the reason the windshield is so large and the rear view mirror so small is because what's happened in your past is not near as important as what's in your future. Congratulations, Bradley. Okay, perfect. And next up will be Aspen Courtney.
Good evening. I'm Ann Hoffman, and Aaron Payne Christensen and I are so honored to join graduate Aspen Courtney on stage tonight. Aspen came to Metro as a junior last fall and quickly made a great impression. She flashed her fantastic smile, started talking a mile a minute, and it just seemed like we had known each other for years. Aspen's an excellent student. I worked with her in geometry, and she dove in right away. She had an excellent grasp of the material, asked great questions, and was never afraid to try. I think that it's safe to say she showed a similar work ethic in each of her classes. Aspen was awarded the Iowa Retired School Personnel Scholarship this spring, and I believe that she is very deserving of this honor. Aspen will pursue a degree in social work, an appropriate field for someone with her abilities and care for others. Aspen's a very compassionate person who connects with and helps others. She isn't afraid to share her own struggles or to offer a friendly ear to someone she barely even knows who seems like they need help. I've watched her navigate conversations with peers on tough topics like depression and anxiety, violence, sexuality, and gender identity with the grace and skill of a trained adult. She is also not afraid to stand up for what is right. She will not allow a classmate to be spoken to or about in an unkind manner. She speaks firmly and concisely, and then she flashes that fantastic smile to let everyone know it will be okay. Aspen, a few days ago, I asked you which staff members you had worked with the most this year. Most people would have just listed a few names and left it at that. Instead, you added specific positive qualities that you appreciated in each person named. Your ability to recognize and celebrate the goodness that you see in others is amazing. Please don't ever lose that. But tonight, we are celebrating you on your high school graduation. You have shown your intelligence, a strong work ethic, and overwhelming kindness on your path to this stage tonight. Well done, and congratulations.
As my hat comes off.
Next, Bailey Holmquist.
Bailey, you made it. Here we are. I'm Chris Evan Schwartz, and I'm here with Ann Hoffman, who was Bailey's first advisor. With a firm foundation laid by Ann, We built upon that and completed every requirement that you needed to receive a diploma from the Cedar Rapids School District. You have made sacrifices to accomplish this, waking up early and finding a way to get to school, missing work a few times, not doing what you might choose to do on a particular day, and making the decision to leave your cell phone with a teacher to avoid the temptation of Facebook and instant messaging. Bailey and I met in Metro's childcare, where Bailey attended childcare class and made frequent visits to be with our young children. Every day before school and often at lunchtime, where she was frequently curious about my home cooking and what I may have brought for leftovers, she recently shared that she liked just being with the kids and watching them grow up. I saw how smart they got, and they did something new every day. I love how Charlie notices every time I get a haircut. Bailey's interest in watching young children led her to enroll in Metro's dual enrollment course with Kirkwood, Child Growth and Development. Bailey experienced work at the college level, textbook reading, researching a topic of interest, practicing observation, completing assignments, and writing a research paper. I'm proud of you, Bailey, for following through and finishing this class. It means you have completed a social science elective, which counts towards earning a Kirkwood diploma. Bailey is planning to attend Kirkwood, where she will study in the Allied Health Careers Department and become a surgical technician. Part of this interest may have begun in Chuck's forensic class at Metro, where Bailey enjoyed dissecting pigs and taking blood samples. Or perhaps the visit to St. Luke's, where she took an interest in the pathology lab. Taking advantage of opportunities offered by Tara at Metro allowed Bailey to refine her interests through job shadowing and tours of potential employers. I recently made a list of how I've seen Bailey grow in the past few years and then talked with her. And I was amazed in this little exit interview I did with Bailey that she and I identified the same items. Number one, the importance of staying out of drama. When asked the most important thing she's learned at Metro, Bailey responded, to not get into drama and just do your classwork. Stay in class and don't elope. And she said, I didn't even know what elope meant before I got to Metro. Number two, staying off my phone and staying in class, especially when I first got to Metro. With her mom's support, we made significant progress in managing technology appropriately. This will continue to be important as you move forward in your college work. No cell phones in the operating room. Finding a job and sticking with it. Bailey has consistently been employed while a student and is now in a position in food service which she enjoys, where she's been working for 3 months. When asked what she will never forget about Metro, she said, all the teachers who never gave up on me, and everyone kept telling me to keep pushing on. When I asked a piece of advice she would give to new Metro students, Bailey said, stay off your phone, stay in class, and be respectful to teachers because they mean well, and they just want to see you be successful. To her mom and sister, Bailey would like to say thank you for never giving up on me. I could not have done this without you guys. They told me to just keep going, and that made all the difference. You can't beat the support of parents and family members, which you certainly can feel here this evening. Bailey would like to say to all her teachers, I will never forget you guys, and thanks for being on this long journey with me, especially Anne, who always calmed me down when I would get mad and dealt with my attitude when I first got to Metro. Bailey, congratulations on accomplishing high school graduation, and may you continue setting goals for yourself, staying on a positive path that will lead you to great success in life. We may even see you in a year or so as we are wheeled into an operating room. And Bailey, don't ever elope.
Next, Kiana Elliott.
I'm Ann Bennett and Janie.
I'm joined on stage by Christy Borst and our graduate, Kiana Elliott. Kiana is a young woman filled with drive and ambition. She has held different jobs over the course of the past school year, leaving after school to go directly to her next job, oftentimes working late at night. In addition, she tends to give to others with her generous and compassionate heart and doesn't hesitate to give to someone else when she knows they are in need. One day not too long ago, I learned how Kiana embodies both these qualities of a strong sense of motivation and generosity after she told me about a recent work experience. Kiana currently works at a call center, but not a call center where she gets to read from a script after making an outbound call. Catch this, she has to answer incoming calls and answer any and all questions that customers have about their car insurance policy after damage claims have been made. That was already impressive enough, but on top of that, she told me about how she has to handle some pretty tense exchanges with customers, all while remaining polite and calm. She recounted the events of a recent phone call with an angry and indignant customer in which she repeated things like, "Sir, I'm trying to help you and explain to you," and "Sir, I understand that you're upset, but I'm trying to tell you," and "Sir, I would be happy to get my supervisor, but I want to let you know they'll tell you the same thing." I was amazed by her ability to stay on target in this frustrating exchange. She just became more driven to be more helpful to meet her end goal of helping the customer. Kiana, this is just one story of many that exemplifies your tenacity, motivation, and compassion to help others. You are able to identify your goal and move ahead, no matter what barrier or hardship or terrible insurance policy an owner is thrown your way. You are a strong-willed force, and if you meet resistance, I feel badly for anyone who gets in your way. Congratulations, Kiana.
Thank you. I'm so proud of you. I love you too, babe. Congratulations.
Our next graduate is Takia Harris. Takia and I are joined on stage by Tim Wright. Within moments of meeting Takia almost 2 years ago, I quickly noticed a few things about her. She was fiercely independent and strong. She was also very silent, carefully observing and watching our language arts classroom environment in the midst of wordlessly consuming our coursework. But what I eventually learned about Takia through lots of observation and reading of her writings, with very few spoken words, is what I find truly special about Takia. She quietly takes in her surroundings, new information, evidence, different perspectives, and then pauses and thinks and takes in more information and thinks some more. And through all this, she remains silent. And eventually, in a really beautiful way, all her own, when she's ready, she will share her thoughts and words and ideas. And what I have found is that those thoughts and words and ideas are deep and layered with the art of her own complexities. Takia has also shown a willingness to engage in hard work and difficult conversations without anything but a lowered shoulder and a nod. A reminder that Takia, although quiet at times, is not scared. She is not intimidated. She is strong. She is brilliant. She is unbreakable. In fact, there have been numerous times when I've listened to or observed Takia and thought to myself, man, I want to be like her when I grow up. All of this is why I was filled with pride when Takia asked me to speak for her today a while back. The moment is captured in my mind. At the time, Takia, who was already tall, was wearing about 4-inch heels, and I was wearing flats. And we were standing in front of the main office, and she is asking me to speak for her. I start to tear up, but then she pulls me into a hug, and there we celebrate. Takia way up there somewhere, and I'm right underneath her armpit. It is a memory I'll tuck away and think of for a long time. Thank you, Takia, for being such a gift to so many of us. You are a unique and wonderful spirit who is able to show us your greatness, and in doing so, reminding us of all the good and beauty and promise in the world. Congratulations, Takia.
You are the best.
Our next graduate is Tabia Tarber.
Good evening. My name is Melinda Wilcox, and Tim Wright and I are joined with Miss Tabia. Tabia and I first got to know each other when she enrolled in my algebra class. During that first semester, I really got to know her as a math student and as a person. She has many strengths, and they include she's very capable, caring, artistic, she's a great drawer, she's creative, she's a good listener, she's confident to ask for help when needed, she seeks out people to help her meet her goals, and assist her to deal with any situations that come up. She's hardworking, she's very loyal to her friend and her family, and she's persistent. Even though math is not her favorite subject, she's stuck with it. She asks questions, she listened carefully, and shows persistence to complete her work. One final thing I noticed about Tabia was when she came to class, she always had the best snacks in the world. She knows that when you're using your brain, you have to feed it quality snacks. And one of her favorite and mine, Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Thank you.
And I couldn't agree with her more. They're awesome. So Tabia plans to use her strengths to pursue careers in the areas of cosmetology and nursing. And I think she has made great choices. Tabia, I will miss your smile. I will miss your persistent attitude and your amazing snacks. Use your strengths, your snacks, and all the people around you to accomplish your goals. I am very proud of you. I believe in you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I love you, and you get a piece of this too. And then that's part of it.
Take care. Don't be a stranger, okay?
Callie Nedgley.
Good evening, I'm Mary Vizecki, and I'm joined on stage by Melinda Wilcox, and this is our graduate, Callie. I've had Callie in many of my language arts classes, and I'm always grateful to have her in the mix, because I knew I could rely on her to think deeply about what we were reading. Not only would she analyze literature thoughtfully, but I could also count on her to be willing to share her thoughts and help others feel comfortable doing the same. She truly put herself in the stories of others, and that is the mark of a skilled reader. In addition to being an awesome student, it was just fun to be around Callie as a person. We had the best conversations, from everything from tattoos and piercings to books, movies, family, and what color I should dye my hair next. I will really miss our chats. Melinda and I were just talking last week about Callie and replaying her Metro journey as we reminisced. Melinda remembered that when Callie first started at Metro, she had her hood up most of the time and often kept to herself. We assumed this was a way to protect herself a bit, but over time, the hood came down and her shell fell away, and she grew into the student we now see on this stage tonight. She is bright, confident, incredibly kind and loyal, thoughtful, insightful, and driven. When I think of Callie, I do see an image in my mind of her with her hood pulled up, eyes downcast, protected kind of like a turtle. Because I love metaphors, when writing this speech, I started Googling turtles, and I found out something interesting. According to Smithsonian.com, the turtle's retractable neck is nothing to scoff at. When danger strikes, turtles use their flexible necks to retract their heads safely inside their shield-like shells. Evolutionary researchers have long assumed that turtles developed this trick as protection against predators, but new research suggests that its original purpose was likely not defense, but food. Their retractable necks allowed them to hunt more effectively. I think this is significant because when Callie's sweatshirt hood could have been a shield, it could also have been a way for her to gain strength and trust to then finally extend her neck and attack school the way she wanted to all along. Callie, you have so many resources, whether it be a retractable neck, your resilience, or your commitment. Use all your resources as you venture into the world, wherever it may lead you. Congratulations and cowabunga, as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would say. Miss Mariah Henley, please. Now I'm joined on stage by Gail Rieger, and this is our graduate, Mariah Henley. And there's her cheering section back there. Mariah is a peace-loving person who radiates sunshine, holds rocks for the energy they offer, and comes up with the most unique questions that she feels reveal a lot about a person. For example, if you could be any vegetable, which would you be and why? Would you rather have 3 arms or 3 legs? Justify your answer. What's your zodiac sign? Oh, that explains a lot. Mariah defies explanation in some ways, and what we learned while doing some creative writing for our Metro Spring Theater show was that Mariah sometimes needs to see herself through the lens of others who love her to really see who she is in all her amazingness. This is a piece about Mariah, written by the two of us through the lens of me. I am a free spirit. I wonder about others' feelings and why they don't let them show. I hear singing bowl vibrations moving through my body. I see nature around me. I want to be peaceful. I am a free spirit. I pretend I'm not tired. I feel the sun on my skin warming me. I touch the grass with my bare feet. I worry about others. I cry when I'm hungry. I am a free spirit. I understand poetry. I say what I feel. I try to breathe and meditate. I hope to always be close to my sister. I am Mariah. Mariah, I hope that you take all your sun-filled energy and bright yellow vibration and daisies and dance barefoot into the next phase of your life without fear. You are stronger than you realize, and you have so much to give the world, from dogs to toddlers. Starting your own daycare is your dream, and you can absolutely achieve that. If I had a dog child or an actual child, I would put them in your care for sure, knowing that you would provide love, patience, and nurturing. You feel things so deeply, and that's a beautiful way to be, because that means you can love at a deep capacity. Thank you for being a light in my life and a theater veteran for Sarah C. and I. Thank you for your smiles, your laughter, and your hugs. In the great words of Macklemore, I feel glorious, glorious. Got a chance to start again. I was born for this, born for this. It's who I am. How could I forget? I made it through the darkest part of the night, and now I see the sunrise. Now I feel glorious, glorious. I feel glorious, glorious. Mariah, my glorious girl, go out and shine. You were born to do so. I love you, and congratulations on your graduation. Ariane Johnson, please.
Hi, I'm Gail Rieger, and I'm joined on stage by Stacy Mangridge. This is Ariane Johnson. I'm so happy to be here tonight to celebrate Ariane's graduating from Metro High School. Ariane came to Metro from Washington High School a little behind in credits. He's been at Metro for 2 years, steadily working on his goal to earn a high school diploma. The final semester, this semester, I had to remind him a few times to keep at it. He could get it done, and also tell him he was giving me gray hair in the process. Ariane is a quiet young man with a wonderful smile. He's probably not smiling right now. Ariane loves basketball. He played for the Metro Phoenix basketball team the last 2 years. I attended several games to see the team play. When watching Ariane in action, I could see the joy he had as he dribbled the ball down the court to make a basket. It was fun to watch as a Phoenix fan. I would like to make comparisons to Ariane's life and future to playing basketball. However, I'm not sporty at all and would make a mess of it. Ariane is not excited about having a speech for graduation, so I told him I would keep it short. He's deserving of a long, long speech. However, I think everyone will appreciate a shorter speech tonight. Ariane plans to work in roofing trade after graduation. He's already made plans with our counselor, Tara, to make this happen. I'm proud of him, and I know his family's proud of him tonight. I wish Ariane well in his future endeavors, and I would like to share a couple quotes from famous basketball players with Ariane as advice for the future when things become challenging. Michael Jordan, my fave. Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. Kobe Bryant, everything negative, pressure, challenges are all opportunity for me to rise. Keep focused on achieving your goals, Ariane, and congratulations. Our next graduate is Miss Shayla Noy.
Good evening, I'm Stacy Mangridge, joined on stage with Madison and her son Grayson and our graduate, Shayla. This speech was near impossible for me to write. I kept putting it off, starting and erasing, until I was down to the last moment. You see, I guess by putting it off, I didn't have to acknowledge that Shayla was graduating. Shayla did not start at Metro as my advisee. It just so happened that I adopted this bubbly, extremely energetic, more often than not loud, young lady with a heart of gold bigger than anyone I know. Many people, when they think of Shayla, think of the loud and boisterous person she so often resorts to in order to mask who she really is. You see, the real Shayla is the kindest, most helpful person I know. She is always concerned with others and their well-being, that at times she forgets about herself. She lends an ear and advice to students in distress. She provides a cheerful smile to staff when they're having a rough day. And most of all, the reason Grayson's up here, she is a ray of sunshine in the childcare with all the little ones. Even with all this awesomeness, there have been times where people have wondered if Shayla would be ready for the real world. I am here to tell you that she can do it. When she is at work or just out in public, she carries herself in a very responsible, polite, and mature manner. Now, don't get me wrong, there have been rocky days. Bo Taplin said it perfectly. She was unstoppable, not because she did not have failures or doubts, but because she continued despite them. Shayla, this is you. No matter what, you always keep fighting and pushing forward, even on the hardest days. There will continue to be hard days to come, and I want you to always remember to continue on, learn from your experiences, and keep going. I am so proud of you. This is not goodbye, but instead, see you later. Congratulations. Austin Witten.
You. Oh my God.
It's all shiny too.
It's a metaphor.
Austin and I are joined on stage with Matt Seckel. I am ecstatic to be standing on this stage next to this young man. I have been waiting for this day, just as I know his parents have. Austin is the exact reason Metro is around. School is not really his thing, or I should say, school as we know it. School inside of four walls, sitting at tables, listening to lecture, and completing problems. No, Austin's ideal classroom is interacting with the world, whether that is in robotics, building things in the shop, or traveling to Florida for Metro's first 1080 car race team at the Florida International Speedway. Austin also has a great personality and is always polite. He always greets Christy in the cafeteria and Mary Cruz in the hall, and he has a genuine, caring heart for all of his friends. Therefore, if learning or working involves physical movement and interaction, then Austin is good. He will be the first person to tell you this, which is why his love for cars and desire to be a mechanic is perfect for him. Now let me back up a little bit. I've had Austin in class for a couple of years now. I have learned that he needs frequent breaks and he needs to be pushed, but just right. I also learned real fast that he will tell you he doesn't want or need your help, and really, that means go sit and work with him. I have also learned that Austin has a strong dislike for math. Unfortunately for him, he saved 3 math classes for his final semester. A lesson I know he learned to never repeat. Don't save the worst for last. However, when he puts his mind to something, he can accomplish anything. Don't let him fool you. As he often tries to do, he is bright. Austin, I expect great things from you. You got this, kid. Congratulations.
Thanks, Stacy. You're welcome.
Keely McDaniel. Keely and I are joined on stage with Carrie. Keely is such a delight to have as an advisee. She's polite, respectful, responsible, and a hard worker. It is unfortunate that I only met her this semester when she began at Metro. In order to graduate tonight, Keely had to take a full schedule and complete additional work through teachers. She was proactive and sought out those teachers immediately to make a plan. Before I knew it, she was done and had earned that credit. If she was ever absent from class, she was always very responsible in speaking with her teachers and completing what she missed. And when she was in class, she was 100% focused, productive, and participating. Each time I would ask her teachers how she was doing, they would reply with, "She is awesome," and I would have to agree with that. Not only did Keely focus on school, but she also got a job where she is working a lot of hours. And probably the most exciting news for Keely is that she is expecting. I know you will make a great mother. No matter what you choose to do down the road, always give your best. Continue to push through the challenging times and celebrate your success. Congratulations and good luck. Kiara McCree Reed.
Come on over. I am Vicki Seaton, and this is Stacy Mangridge, and this is a very person that I am so proud of, Kiara McCree Reed. Kiara was born in Chicago, then moved to Davenport, and then to Cedar Rapids. It was June of last year that Kiara walked into the office at Metro. I noticed she was hungry and offered her a few granola bars and some fruit snacks. Kiara expressed that she wanted to enroll at Metro in the fall. I took her information, and because Kiara walks everywhere, I gave her a ride to McDonald's and bought her lunch, then dropped her off at the library. I got to know Kiara that day. Semester 1 started in August of 2017, and Kiara was on the list to start September 18th. However, Kiara was a no-show. Kiara was on the list to start on September 25th. Again, a no-show. Kiara was on the list October 23rd. Again, a no-show. Kiara was on the list November 1st, and guess what? Kiara was a show. I was so happy to see her begin her journey at Metro. After receiving her credits from Davenport, we found out that Kiara did not have a lot of credit left to earn her diploma. Kiara knew what she had to accomplish, not only for herself, but for her daughter. Yes, Kiara, you have had your ups and downs in life, but she knew that staff at Metro cared and supported her. That is why she stands there tonight, and I am so proud of her. A quote by an anonymous, "I hope your dreams take you to the corners of your smiles, to the highest of your hopes, to the windows of your opportunities, and to the most special places your heart has ever known." Kiara, your journey at Metro began with a few granola bars and fruit snacks. Now, Kiara, it's time for you to start your next journey the same way. Hang on. With your own box of granola bars, your own box of fruit snacks, and also a card, and guess what's in here? Probably a lunch at McDonald's. Kitty, congratulations, Kiara. I am so proud of you. hug after. Okay, take your Brittany Smith.
You made it. You're here. Good evening. I'm Melinda and Vicki, and we're here with our graduate, Miss Brittany. Brittany, Vicki, and you and I have known each other quite well for many years. We've shared many experiences over the last several years. So as Vicki and I were talking about what we were going to say tonight, we decided we're going to share with you, because you're done with high school now, the 8 B's, because Brittany starts with B, for a successful life. B number 1, be positive. You know life is not easy or fair. Laugh and smile to get through the day. Number 2, be willing to learn. Your high school diploma will open doors for you, but you are not done. You may have job training yet to do. Number 3, be willing to work. You put a lot of effort into your school. Put that same effort into your family, your job, and your life. Number 4, be caring to your coworkers, your family, and your friends. Number 5, be responsible. You told me that it is important to follow through with what you say you will do, and I know you will do that. Number 6, be grateful to the people that support you. I'm thinking of your family. Number 7, be flexible. Sometimes you have to go with plan B. And finally, be the best person you can be each and every day at whatever you do. We are proud of you, Vicki and I are, because you are becoming the first person in your family to earn a diploma. Congratulations, we love you. We're so proud of you. Next graduate, Caitlin Randall. Way in the back. I see him. Okay. Caitlin and I are joined with Jeff on stage. Caitlin and I have known each other for 4 years. We met when she walked into my classroom with her mom and her sister 4 years ago. And at that time, both girls were new to Metro. And because I knew the family and had other family members before as my advisees, they were both going to become my advisees. You see, Caitlin's the youngest of 7 girls. During the past 4 years, I've watched and interacted frequently with Caitlin, so I'm familiar with many of her strengths. She has a lot of them. She enjoys logic puzzles and geometry. She loves to read and write. She loves learning about other countries and cultures. She took Japanese world language class for 2 years at Washington High School. She loves to practice Japanese language. She enjoys gardening, she likes to clean, she loves her pets, all her nieces and nephews in the back, and she is kind, hardworking, and full of curiosity about everything. And I believe that it's Caitlin's curiosity that is the trait that defines her the most. So I would like to share a quote from Walt Disney tonight that I believe fits Caitlin's personality. Walt Disney said, "We keep moving forward opening new doors and doing new things because we're curious, and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. Caitlin, tomorrow you will begin a new path. Let your curiosity continue to guide you forward. I know you will find your happiness along the journey. Jeff and I and all the Metro staff are so proud of you for earning your diploma and becoming that amazing, curious young woman. Congratulations.
Next up, Curtis Crosby. Good evening. My name is Jeff Sabin. I'm joined on stage with Gary Miller, along with Curtis. I have been Curtis's advisor for just over 2 years. Curtis started this year in great position to reach graduation tonight. He earned full credit in all his classes every semester. His attendance was outstanding every semester. Of all the potential graduates, I thought this one is the gimme. And then the year started. His credit earning dropped. His attendance was not as great as it used to be, and the amount of work that he was completing slowed down a lot. We were worried that he would not make it. Actually, that's not entirely true. I was worried that he would not make it. Whenever I asked him questions, how are you doing in this class? What assignments do you need to do to make up your credit? His response was always the same. Bro, I just work here. To which I logically tried to respond, if you just worked here, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Yet with all that being said, Curtis is a very good worker, especially when he puts his mind to it. He's maintained a heavy workload outside of school, working upwards of 40+ hours a week. He is graduating on time, even though he came to us slightly behind in credits. This is a testament to his hard work, his determination. Congratulations. Next up, Mariel Rettenmeyer.
Mariel and I are joined on stage with Tara. The first word that comes to mind when I think of Mariel is growth. This young lady has far exceeded any and all expectations and goals I had for her. She began at Metro with serious reservations, a shy and quiet young lady. It took a while, but she gradually began to warm up. You see, school has not always been a positive experience for Mariel. As with many students, the thought of school creates extreme anxiety and uncomfortable thoughts and feelings. As a result, attendance typically takes a hit. This was the case with Mariel. However, as she gradually warmed up, her attendance also improved. A year in, there were frequent smiles that began to appear. Her willingness to open up and share increased, and then there were friendships that began to form. However, the best part of Mariel's transformation are the events that are taking place now and what are to come in the fall. Mariel went on by herself to take her ACT, and she scored extremely well. She received numerous scholarships last week at Senior Recognition Night. She applied for the nursing program at Mount Mercy and has been accepted. Something I never thought would happen. Mariel will be moving into the dorms at Mount Mercy come August. Mariel, Your mom, your grandma, and I are so very proud of you. You are truly a beautiful butterfly ready to fly. Enjoy the experience. Congratulations. I'm so Medea Rawls.
Hi, I'm Mary. This is Tara, and this is our graduate, Medea. Medea is one of those students who only comes around once in a blue moon, like a Smurf. And I've certainly held on dearly to the time I've had with her, knowing she would be moving on toward grander things outside Smurf Village soon. I admire so many things about Medea, but one of the best is that she truly knows who she is and stands proudly in whatever color hair she pleases, sassy and bold outfits, and kickin' boots. When she arrived to school in the mornings, she was usually carting an incredibly awesome art project that she planned to work on that day. Maybe a TV head for Comic-Con, her own jewelry or hair accessory, or a sparkly gem made of resin. Liz, the art teacher, recalls that Medea once brought in a giant bag of foam and proceeded to craft a beautiful rabbit head. So, as you see, Medea is the epitome of unique. She is the kind of girl who watches documentaries for fun, took senior pictures with her guinea pig Angus, and has such eclectic interests that she is truly one of the most interesting people I know. Here's a story that illustrates that uniqueness. So we have what's called Metro Reads Time every morning, where students read a book of their choice. Last spring, Medea won a free book for having attended Metro Reads so regularly, and her book choice demonstrates her wide variety of interests that I just mentioned. It was called Taxidermy Art, A Rogue's Guide. I mean, this wasn't on my summer reading list, but I was intrigued. One of the pages Medea shared with me showcased a famous taxidermied fox. The fox died of natural causes and was stuffed in 2012 by Adele Morse of London, who at the time was taking a master's course at the Royal Academy of London and made it part of a school project. The results were not good, but she put the finished work on eBay, where it surprisingly gained a lot of attention and has since become a popular meme on the internet. I share this story because it provides good advice for Medea, who is often self-critical. Remember that what you create, you may not think has value, and you may have moments when you question everything. But in those moments of doubt, remember the taxidermied fox. You never know who is going to see the beauty in your creation. What you may be dismissive of could end up being your most celebrated work. Don't undersell yourself ever. You are an amazing young woman with more spunk and creativity than you even realize. All the best as you pursue art at Kirkwood this fall. I can't wait to see all the things you'll end up doing. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations and happy graduation. Miss Paige Day, please. I'm joined on stage by Pam the Slam Vasquez. And this is our graduate, Paige Day. Paige came to Metro in January of 2017 and probably started counting down the days to graduation when she was a freshman. School hasn't been something she jumps up and down about, but she found a home at Metro whether she expected to or not. Paige went on the outdoor ed trip last spring to Hot Springs, Arkansas, and it was truly not the best introduction to the outdoors due to the immense amounts of rain that fell during that trip and the long hours we spent in the van. And I must say, you just haven't lived if you have not had the thrill of putting up a tent in rain gear that required rain gear. There was even a night that Paige wanted to sleep in the van. And truthfully, I may have wanted to as well. But she eventually pushed herself out into the elements again. And that's what I love about Paige. She doesn't give up when things become difficult. She has an internal motivation that drives her, a family that supports her, and a focus on her future. With that attitude, she will accomplish what she wants in life. Paige, I went back to Arkansas on another outdoor ed trip this spring, and this time we were able to canoe because there wasn't flooding like there was before. At one of our stops along the river, I picked out this rock for you as a reminder that some days will be full of rain, but those days won't last forever. Eventually the sun will come out again and you can skip rocks across the surface of the water. You are a rock to many in your life. You're strong, smart, resilient, and outspoken. You'll be a rock for those with physical and mental challenges, which is the population you want to serve in your future career. And when you're ready to start college, you will, when the river bends, and then you'll be on your way. We're very proud of you. Congratulations on your graduation. It's finally here. Brianna Ugalde.
You ready? My name is Liz, and I'm joined on stage with Pam and our graduate, Brianna. Brianna and I go back a few years to a different school. Her freshman year, in a drawing class, she was, to a drawing class. She was quiet, sweet, polite, and not really into drawing at all. She endured a lot of nagging from me that year, and despite it all, she quickly became a fixture in my room and was always around when the most interesting things happened. She was always willing to translate for Spanish-speaking students or to try help me communicate in Spanish, though I can't say I was all that great of a student in return. Increasingly that year, Bri also began showing up in my room when she was supposed to be elsewhere. To make a long story short, we lost touch for a minute, and I wondered about her all the time. So when I saw her on my advisee roster, I was absolutely overjoyed to see her again. In the beginning at Metro, she seemed to feel a bit uneasy and wanted to do whatever necessary to return to her former school. So we came up with a plan to get her back on track, and almost immediately, she kicked it into gear and worked harder than she probably ever thought possible. In Bri's first semester with us, she took a full course load, completed several online classes, and worked on even more classes independently with any teacher she could. This year, she attended Kirkwood Academy classes on a whim just to see and made quite an impression on us all in the process. In the midst of it all, she found a home with us at Metro, and here we are today. I couldn't be more proud. Bri, having you as a student was awesome. Having you as an advisee has been a pure joy. You are one of the kindest, most driven, hardworking, and determined people I've had the pleasure of knowing. You tease me from time to time about giving me a gift. But this, tonight, all of your hard work, all of the nagging you've endured from me, watching you go from not loving school to succeeding in Kirkwood classes and enrolling in a post-secondary program, and knowing without a shadow of a doubt you're going to succeed, is the greatest gift you could possibly give. I love you. Congratulations. Next up, Andrea Small.
No, not really.
I'm Heather Trook, Pam, and Andre. A common theme in graduation speeches is all about advice. Advice about money and work and relationships, advice about learning from the past, and advice about the future. Dre spends a lot of time taking care of his nephews, so I wanted to share with him a little advice from some of the wisest minds I know, children. So here's a little advice from kindergartners. Don't put a glue stick in a girl's hair. It sounds funny, but she never thinks so. If you eat salad, make sure it's not poison ivy. Buy more things that give you back change. If you have a lot of coins, your pockets will be heavy and you'll think, I'm rich. It's all about the heavy pockets. Drink like 3 gallons of water every day, or become a tree or a jellyfish. Never trust a dog to watch your food, and never tell your mom her diet isn't working. Actually, some of the best advice I've ever heard came from Dre's mouth earlier today. I sure did. As he was talking with another student about graduation, I heard him say, "You're gonna be here for like 3 more years if you keep being in the hallway with that girl." Thank you for telling like it is, Dre. Excellent advice. In addition to giving great advice, Andre is sensible and fun. He has a sparkle in his smile, and I loved that he shared it with me every day. In his reflection of his time at Metro, Dre wrote, "The most important people to me at Metro is everyone I had for a teacher, because they all were pushing me to do my work so I could graduate on time. I am realizing that I am capable of doing anything I put my mind to. I would like to tell Metro staff to keep up the good work, and I will miss waking up just to walk around the corner." Dre, thank you for being such a wonderful part of the Metro family. You are a fun and kind-hearted soul, and we were so lucky to have you with us for over a year. Remember that we will always be just a walk around the corner. Congratulations. Aaron Clark.
See you, man. Grab a chair. There he goes. Very good. Good evening. My name is Terry Kimmy, and I'm joined this evening by Shannon Ellis, and of course, Aaron Clark, our graduate. This is rather unique for me to do because I will be reading the speech that was written for Aaron by his advisor, Chris Kilberg, one of my friend's teachers here. So that's what I'll be doing. But also what I will be doing is giving you a few comments that I had about Aaron. I had the chance to work in an extended class this year. I'm the permanent sub at Metro, and he and I had class for several weeks together, so I had a chance to get to know him, and I was really pleased to have that. I also would like to say that everything Chris has said in his speech, I certainly agree with, so here we go. Tonight, I will be reading the part of Chris Kilberg, who is unable to attend. My name is Terry Kemme, and I'm met on stage by Shannon Ellis and Aaron. I was given a great opportunity to meet this young man who stands before you, because I have served as his advisor at Metro for the past few years. And what I have learned about Aaron is that he's the kind of person who wants to better himself through his own education. He doesn't let his circumstances of what's going on in his life define who he is. He has always been polite and respectful, and what I admire most about him is that he uses effort and the ability to speak for himself to allow him to achieve what he wants as far as school is concerned. While attending Metro, Aaron has taken advantage of the opportunities that the Cedar Rapids Community School District has provided. He has taken Kirkwood classes and has sought out the future in which he strives to attain his goals. Aaron has also earned and achieved the following scholarships: the John M. Seckel Memorial, the Cedar Rapids Rotary West Scholarship, and the Lynn Regional Center Academy Award Scholarship. Aaron plans to include attending Kirkwood for industrial maintenance and possibly joining the military. Aaron, in the words of Chris, I'm proud of the young man that you have become. I am grateful for having the opportunity to get to know you these past few years. I've appreciated the laughs and the smiles shared and the short pickup basketball games at the end of the school day. I've admired the fact that you are constantly working on getting better each and every day, and I look forward to seeing what you will become. Congratulations, Aaron. Dakota Hansen.
Hello, everyone. Like Terry, I will be speaking on behalf of Chris Kilberg, who could not attend tonight. Unlike Terry, I will stick to the script. My name is Ben Sparbo, and I am met on stage by Shannon Ellis, and we would like to take this time to recognize the graduate, Dakota Hansen. The best part of graduation for me as a teacher is seeing students reach their achievements and being able to sit back and hear the stories and reflect on the many memories that have been built up over the years. It's a point of reflection, seeing students from when they first started at Metro to who they've become. When I reflect back on Dakota's high school years, it really doesn't seem that long ago that she was introducing herself and sharing what school she was from. It's these moments that make you proud because of the relationships that have been built from when Dakota first started up until this evening, graduation night. As always, I am proud of her accomplishments, but more importantly, I'm proud of the person that she is. I first got to know Dakota when she was in both my U.S. history and economics courses, and I can tell you that she was always willing to help other students. She always maintained a strong confidence within her own abilities, and she was always willing to speak her thoughts when she felt it was necessary and beneficial for others to hear. What I really admire about Dakota is that she sustains a level of focus, and when she makes up her mind, she locks in and will not waste any time to take care of what needs to be accomplished. All of these things are such admirable qualities that I've really appreciated about her. Dakota, I'm happy that Metro was a positive place for you, and I'm grateful for the chance to get to know you these past few years. I'm thankful for the conversations about school and about family. It is my hope that you will build on this achievement this evening for yourself and reflect on where you have been and how much you have allowed yourself to grow these past years. Take chances and capitalize on all of the amazing qualities that you have by seeking out the many interests that you have. Reflect on these interests and turn them into your reality. I have no doubt that you will do well in this world. Dakota, I appreciate the person you've become, and I congratulate you on a remarkable accomplishment this evening. Congratulations.
I did a job.
Logan Kent, please. Matt, grab a look, grab a look. Very cold look. Grab the look. Hey. Don't bring it. Okay. This job has allowed me an opportunity to work with a large number of really great kids, as evidenced by our graduation class tonight. Some students need time to figure out how to be great, others have never wavered. Logan here was a solid young man from the minute he walked in the building up to tonight. Now, truth be told, Logan doesn't give off much in the way of a I'm super excited to be in school today kind of a vibe. And if I'm judging books by covers, I didn't really anticipate him to be a bookworm. But one of the many lessons this job has drilled into me is to never let first impressions linger, because Logan, in fact, was one of the most dedicated readers I had in class. He burned through like 7 books in the first half of the semester. Some kids might have said they'd read enough and were done, but not Logan. He kept asking for more books, and I kept giving them to him. But as much as good reader is one of my favorite attributes in a kid, Logan here is such a solid young man that that's not even his best quality. He has a maturity that goes beyond his years. He's just calm, cool, collected, never dipped into drama, never showed signs of stress, never acted in any way other than in total control. Polite, respectful, kind, and funny. I don't think I ever saw him show any signs of negativity or anger or laziness or frustrations. Just an all-around neat, really hard-working young kid. One who makes me proud to be a teacher in this building. Logan, I know you're destined for great things, and I'm proud to have been a small part of your success getting to the stage. Best wishes and congratulations. Jacob Burgess, please. I don't believe in time travel. But if I did believe in time travel, I would swear that Jacob came to Metro not from some other high school, but from some other time, 1997 to be precise. His fashion sense, music tastes, and general worldview all could be lifted, copied, and pasted from 1997, or at least the version 97 that I remember. Flannels and skateboards and slackers and Nirvana, and a general sense of whatever that the 90s represented, or have come to represent in my mind, Jacob lives and breathes. Talking to Jacob is like talking to myself or one of my friends over the chasm of 20 years. Sometimes I wonder why I'm giving certain kids advices. Not with Jacob. Every morning I see him and ask him how he's doing, and usually with a grin, where he replies words to the effect of, "Well, I'm living," which is about as 90s a response as you can get. Now, one thing about this go-with-the-flow slacker mindset that Jacob, and by his extension his teachers and parents, had to contend with was the reality that being cool isn't always enough to graduate. Jacob here had to get some work done, and a lot of it, in order to be here tonight, looking like he really doesn't care about being here. He's been hustling like mad the last 3 weeks, making all ends meet. A couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that graduates had 13 days left, and right away, with no small amount of panicky acts, including weekends, he knew he had to keep his nose to the grindstone, and a true slacker success story did just enough to satisfy his graduation requirements. Jacob, as you leave the stage and high school tonight, let me remind you that all matter is merely energy condensed into a slow vibration, that we are all one consciousness, experiencing itself subjectively. There is no such thing as death. Life is only a dream, and we're the imagination of ourselves. So imagine yourself as the best version of yourself that consciousness allows, and get a haircut. Or whatever. Jax Robinson, please.
Good evening. My name is Gary Miller, and I am joined on stage by Sarah Collinsworth, and we are here to honor the graduate, Jax Robinson.
Hey, you got it right, Gary. Good job. 10 out of 10.
Jax joined Metro spring of his freshman year, and with the multifaceted approach that Metro is, Jax is graduating today on time in 4 years. As we all know, Metro is a melting pot of individuals from all 4 quadrants of Cedar Rapids. What we sometimes forget to remember is the fragility of these young adults attempting to find purpose and passion in the world. Jax, in reflecting on his high school experience, acknowledged the tremendous growth that was made possible from the Metro staff that always took time for a personal conversation and a word of encouragement. Personally, I would like to remind Jax, as impactful as our conversations may have been on him, they also impacted us as teachers and individuals. I believe sometimes people come into our lives for a reason, maybe to help broaden our understanding or perspective on this world. The truth is, Jax inspired me not only to be a better educator, but a better father. Upon graduation, Jax plans to start working and save some money before starting college. Education will always be a central component of Jax's life, as he understands and appreciates the power of knowledge. My last lesson for Jax is one that he can join me in practicing for the rest of our lives. The world is more than ever, seems full of opinionated individuals who believe they are always right. Jax, try to remember that it's not always about being right, it's about being nice. Such a simple idea, but the world needs more people to be nice and kind, opening their minds and hearts to people who may have a different viewpoint on the world. I am thankful that I got to watch Jax model this behavior here at Metro. Remain open, listen, have the occasional healthy disagreement, but remember not to focus on being right, rather encouraging others to be the best they can be, like your teachers did for you. Congratulations, Jax, and as much as it will sadden me not to see you in the hallways of Metro, I'm glad to welcome you as a proud graduate to the community of Cedar Rapids. Renoa Upton.
Gary and I are joined on the stage with Renoa, our graduate. As an advisor, I am my kiddo's school mom. Just as a parent worries about their children, I typically worry about my advisees. Personally, I have 4 children, and as many can attest, each child is different. Some are easier than others. Renoa is one of those children or students who is super easy. She's pretty low-key and mild-tempered. She has a smile on her face more times than not and is easy to interact with. She knows what it is like to be the odd man out, so she is nice to everyone and befriends those who are often alone. In addition to her great personality, she is the type of student teachers love to have in class. She comes to class eager to learn. She is attentive and questions when unsure. She is always pleasant to those around her, helping to create a welcoming environment to the room. She is a quiet leader, yet at times can be heard correcting or challenging a student in their actions in a subtle and polite way. Renoa is a very mature young lady with great potential for whatever she chooses to do. I am so very proud of you. Now spread your wings and fly. Congratulations and good luck. Alex Garrett. This young man next to me is someone that I wish we could keep at Metro just a little bit longer. As much as Gary and I tease him about it, I know he's not interested. Alex is a bright young man who brings a positive energy and focus to the classroom. He approaches school as a place to come, learn, complete what needs to get done, and leave. He has an all-business attitude, which can be very helpful with focusing other students in class. I don't know how much Alex recognizes this, but he's a role model to other students. They watch what he does, and they follow his lead. After attending the Industrial Trades Day, Alex returned to Metro with a renewed excitement and focus. He was a plethora of information about plumbers and pipe fitters, as that is where his interest lies. In listening to him, I knew he was serious. Alex, you plan to pursue plumbing and pipe fitting in the fall. Remember, Metro is here for you, and Tara's just a call away. You have such a promising future. Now is the time to celebrate your accomplishment of graduating high school and move on to bigger and better things. Continue to be the positive role model to our younger minority males. I am so proud of you. Congratulations and best of luck. Victoria Talbot.
Hello, I'm Sarah Sullivan, joined on stage by Victoria and Stacy Mangridge. Tori, you were apprehensive about graduating, about next steps, about adulting. We were talking yesterday in the office about how graduating can be scary. You spend days wishing high school would just get over already, and then kaboom, it's here. And it's like, what? So I liken graduation to bowling, because it just made sense. I want you to picture a little kid, like a 3-year-old, bowling. They have no form. They set the ball on the lane and give it a little nudge. And the ball takes forever to make its way down the lane, inevitably coming into contact with a bumper on either side, ensuring that with any amount of momentum, that kid's ball is certain to stay out of the gutter and hit at least a pin or two at the end. Well, Tori, I want you to think about that for a minute. I know you felt your time in high school was that painfully slow-moving ball, one that seemed to take forever to make its way down the lane. And now suddenly, kaboom, it's here, the end of high school. This is where apprehension comes in, because tonight, as you walk across the stage and into your future, the metaphorical bumpers are coming down. I encourage you to identify specific factors and people in your life that lift you up, keep you focused and in check, and consist of people who serve your best interests. Know that the bumpers are there to help keep you on track, but accept that you and you alone are responsible for keeping your ball rolling down that lane. Tori, you are incredibly smart, insightful, responsible, funny, kind-hearted, loyal, independent, not to mention gorgeous. There is no doubt in my mind that you can and will do anything in your life you set your mind to. The possibilities are truly endless. Stay out of your own way, be willing to bend in the storms, and finally decide what to be and go out and get it. The world needs people like you. Congratulations, Janae. Victoria is officially a high school graduate. Anika Spores, please. You look very serious. You what? What am I looking at you like? I'm joined on stage by Heather Trilk and Anika, our graduate. Anika, I've come to think of you in terms of BA and AA. First, there's Anika before Aiden. That's what I'm going to talk about. Anika, you've always been a respectful young woman, but before Aiden, you weren't incredibly motivated. And I think it's fair to say you weren't very confident in your ability to complete much of anything without constant reassurance. You would show up to school once in a while, but more often than not, you just text me saying things like, so, when do you think I'll be able to graduate? Oh, my Atlanta girl. There were times when I didn't know how to respond, so I'd tell you to come in and we'd talk about it. And you'd show up to talk about it, and then you'd leave school, having completed 0 classes that day. True. But what I want to really focus on is the later, the AA, Anika after Aiden. In October of 2016, Anika gave birth to a baby boy. She was excited, nervous, and apprehensive about the prospect of becoming a mom, knowing it would significantly change her life. What she didn't know and could have never been prepared for was how significantly Aiden would change her life. Aiden was born with a serious physical disability caused by a genetic mutation, requiring him to spend most of his early life in both a NICU and PICU. Anika missed a significant amount of school because of Aiden's doctor's appointments. As his mom, you worked hard to develop a bond with your son. You knew it was important to be with him. He needed your presence to thrive, and he needed you to advocate for his needs. With the birth of your son, Like the phoenix, you rose up from the ash with a tenacity, a maturity, nose to the grindstone work ethic that you acquired because of the obstacles you faced. You gained an incredible amount of strength, and that in turn brought about self-confidence and a fierce independence I had never seen before. In your own words, after everything that happened to my son, I was forced to hold my head up and be strong. Everything I do for him. I'm successful because of him. I succeed for him. He makes me strong and gives me strength to hold my head up. He makes me want to do and be better. Anika, you want more in life for both you and Aiden, and I'm certain you'll make that happen. Congratulations. Marcia Pittman.
Are you gonna cry?
Yes, I'm gonna try.
You both. Marcia and I are joined on stage with Mary Cruz. What soap is for the body, tears are for the soul. Jewish proverb. I thought this proverb was perfect because, you see, Marcia is a crier. When Marcia finished driver's ed, she cried. When Marcia was angry and threw a water bottle across the room, she cried. When she received a letter in the mail at school from her 5th grade teacher, she cried. When Marcia is frustrated, she cries. When Marcia is proud, she cries. This morning, she cried. And my guess is that right now, she is crying. But here's the thing. I believe tears are cleansing. They allow you to release your anger, your frustration, your sadness, and your joy. And I know this because I, too, am a crier. A couple of years ago, Marcia wrote the following. The way to make the world a better place would be by being the best person you can be, treating others with respect and making people happy. Marcia, I need you to hear me say, you make the world a better place. Your heart and soul make the world a better place. Your strength and wisdom make the world a better place, and your tears make the world a better place. I know not everyone you wanted to share this moment with is here. I know that disappointment has been your reality, but I want you to celebrate the love and support you have around you. And as you continue to grow, I want you to reflect on what your heart needs and be that person. Give that back into the world. Be present, be caring, be strong, be supportive, be love, be who you needed when you were younger. Congratulations. These are yours.
You made it to your baby! Woo!
Robert Sagsaw.
Don't read. Robert. I just couldn't find a way to structure this. Almost as if Robert himself defied structure so much that even his speech broke the form. All I could muster is a slightly random collection of impressions, the sum of which I hope adequately portrays how much I like Robert, how proud of him I am, and how much we'll miss him. What can I say about Robert that can summarize his time at Metro and his work to get to this stage? A few words come to mind. Squirrely. tired, respectful, hungry, mostly hungry. Robert is a really interesting person for contradictory reasons. First off, he's blatant about his disregard for school, but he also demonstrated a passion for getting all of his work done, and he rarely missed a day. He may look young, but he can be incredibly mature in thought and action. Some people, when they ask you how you're doing, you can tell they're just passing the time. Not with Robert. He actually cares. He claims he is dumb, but rarely does anything truly stupid, and is very intent to make sure that any work he does is done properly. I don't know how many times he'd start off class by proclaiming, "I'm not doing anything today," and then moments later be asking me if he was doing the work right. He says he doesn't care about anything, but is intensely loyal. On more than one occasion, he's brought lunch for his friends. There was a time he brought pizza for himself and made sure to save me a piece. He has held a job at the same... You're still at KFC, right? He has held the same job at KFC. He has held the same job at KFC his entire time at Metro, and is both proud of this and also sort of indifferent about this. But the things I remember most about Robert are his eyes. The mock hatred of his eyes narrowed when he caught me busting his chops, and the glimmer in his eyes when I bring to class breakfast pizza. There you have it, Robert. My best effort at condensing the vast impression you left on this building and on me into a 2-minute speech. I'm very proud of you, and congratulations. Best for last, Cameron Leonard. A long time coming, brother. See you. Don't read. Ready for this one? Cameron is like the moon. Always there, but hard to know. You sort of just take it for granted that it's always there and will always be there. One thing you've heard a lot tonight, no doubt, will have to do with attendance in school. Cameron never had those issues. He was there pretty much every day, and just like the moon, if he was gone for a day or two, I knew he'd be back soon. And then one day, he wasn't. See, Cameron only needed a few credits this semester in order to get on with his life as quickly as possible, and he finished these credits in very little time, showing the usual effort and excellence we came to expect from him. What's more, by the time he finished, he was a certified CDL truck driver with a line on a job all ready to go. When I graduated high school, I didn't know how to read a bus schedule, much less drive one. So if high school's purpose is to allow students a chance to mature and learn how to cope with themselves in their future world, Cameron here deserves to be valedictorian or something, because he walks out here tonight not just ready to start his future, but with his future already started. Cameron, you are a bright, intelligent, respectful young man with a ton of potential. We are very proud of you and your accomplishments. I'm very glad to have known you during your time at Metro, and I'm very sorry to see you leave. You didn't always command attention, but we are all glad you were here, and your absence has left our sky a little bit darker. Congratulations.
Graduates, please stand. Board of Directors, Superintendent Buck, the Metro class of 2018 has officially satisfied the graduation requirements set forth by the Cedar Rapids Community School District. Congratulations. Go hug somebody.
Live and Local is proudly sponsored by Dr. Fitzgerald and Associates, Protect your precious peepers. Community First Credit Union. Eels and Tronvold Law Offices. Worth It by UFG Insurance. And Walton Collision Center in Fairfax.